Hey guys, welcome back to Friday Football with the Boys. This is week 17 of the NFL season, and we've got some pretty interesting news to tell you guys. Right?
All right, Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
Hope you had a nice Christmas. You guys get good stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, well, Christopher, you got the best Christmas present. You went 10-6 last week in your picks.
Mm-hmm.
Zachy had the early lead, but
Yeah.
faltered at the end. We both ended up 8-8, which is not bad against the spread, right, Zachy?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this week we did our picks on Tuesday before the Christmas games, so we'll go through those and news of the week, and go from there. So Christmas Day, first game, Zachy,
The Chiefs,
who'd they play?
Steelers, and it was a pretty big of a blowout, a 19-point game.
And me and you both chose the Chiefs at -3, so we got the W there. Sorry, Christopher. Happens. But that was a big game for the Chiefs.
Yeah, now we clinched the number 1 seed in the AFC.
You think they're going to rest some players the next 2 weeks, or?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. And who did they have come back the last couple weeks?
Marquise Brown, also known as Hollywood Brown.
And he's been playing pretty well so far, right?
Yeah.
That's a big addition. All right. Next, we had the second game of Christmas. Christopher, what do we have?
We had Ravens at the Texans. We all picked the Ravens. The spread was -5.5. We all got it right. Final score of that game was 31-2.
That was quite a blowout.
Mm-hmm.
So what went wrong for the Texans that game?
They were missing Tank Dell since he's out for the season with a leg injury, and they just couldn't do anything on offense. They were giving up explosive plays on defense, and even though they did tackle Derrick Henry in the end zone for a safety, that was really the only thing they did the whole game.
Yeah, C.J. Stroud was running for his life, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of pressure on him.
C.J. Stroud got hurt for one play before halftime, but he came back to finish the rest of the game. He's fine.
All right, the Ravens are they're running on all cylinders right leading up to the playoffs. They're playing hot.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had the Thursday game, last night's game, Seahawks at Bears, and that was a 6-3 Seahawks win.
That was not a good
not
game.
The best offensive performance there. Caleb Williams couldn't do anything. Seahawks offense couldn't do anything. Seahawks defense played well, and so did the Bears defense. But the spread was 3.5. Zachary gets the win there.
Yeah.
The only one took the Bears. Half a point. We couldn't get a half more point, Christopher.
Mm-hmm.
But so I'm 2-1 so far. What are you?
I'm 1-2.
1-2, and
3-0.
3-0. All right, you're catching up. All right, so start off the next games. We got Chargers at Patriots. Chargers -4.
Got 3 Saturday games tomorrow.
And we all picked the Chargers in this game. Zachy, why do we like the Chargers over the Patriots in this game?
Because the Patriots, even though they've been playing pretty good, the last game almost beating the Bills. Or was that 2 weeks ago? No, that was last week.
That was last week.
And the Chargers have a great defense and offense with Justin Herbert, who has 2 picks maybe in the whole year.
Yeah, he's playing very well.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're all on the Chargers bandwagon there.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Broncos at the Bengals. Bengals -3.5. I'm the only one who took the Bengals. You guys both are on the Broncos here. Yeah.
I think the Broncos are gonna win by more than 3.5.
Oh, they don't have to. They just have to lose by less than 3.5.
Yeah, but I still think they're gonna win by more than that.
Okay.
Because they're still trying to move up in the rankings for the playoffs, and they still haven't clinched a spot. If they win this week, they do clinch. So I think they're gonna go all out tomorrow and try to move up in the rankings and clinch a spot.
Right, they have a good defense, those Broncos, right?
Yeah, yeah. Patrick Surtain.
Yep. But Joe Burrow's been hot too, and Jamar
Yeah.
Chase. They've been clicking. So
But if the Broncos put Patrick Surtain on Jamar Chase, I think that would be a pretty good matchup.
That would be one of the best one of the best receivers against one of the best corners, right? That would be fun to watch.
But they'll still have to worry about T. Higgins, which has been playing really well the past couple weeks.
So is Yoshi Voss, right? He had a couple. He's had a couple big games.
Yeah, and then Mike Gesicki, he's been playing really well.
All right, next up we got Cardinals at the Rams. Rams -6. Me and Christopher have the Rams. Zacky's on the Cardinals. Why do we like the Cardinals to keep it close here?
Because Marvin Harrison and Kyler Murray, if they get going, they could probably score at least 20 on the defense.
But you're a big Puka fan. You don't think Puka's going to go nuts against the Cardinals defense?
Well, maybe.
Think I just got to contain him and let
No, not Cooper Cup.
and let Cooper Cup
They
get all the
contain
points.
Cooper Cup.
All right, Christopher, why do you like the Rams?
The Rams, they're still trying to hold their playoff spot because the Seahawks, after their win last night, that if the Rams lose and in week 18 the Rams and Seahawks play each other, and the Seahawks win, then the Seahawks will take the Rams spot in the playoffs. So I think the Rams are gonna, if they win this, the Seahawks they're out.
Okay.
So the Rams, I think they're gonna win by a ton because
they really need the win, right?
They need the win.
They don't want it to come down to the last week against a division rival, right?
Yeah, and also their defense has been playing really well. So I think if they just cover the deep balls and stop the run a bunch, I think they're going to play really well.
All right. Next up, we got Jets at Bills. Bills -9.5. Christopher is the only one on the Bills. That's a big spread for a division rival, right? And the Jets been playing a little bit better lately. You think the Bills and the Bills had a tough game last week. You think they're going to bounce back against the Jets?
Yeah, I think the Bills are going to crush the Jets this week because even though the Jets have been playing pretty decently recently, the Bills are still like one of the best teams in the league.
They are.
And I think they are, since they won by like 10 points versus the Patriots, I think they're going to win by maybe 10 or more versus the Jets, and because the Bills' offense is insane because Josh Allen, MVP,
Josh Allen's been playing very well. Yep.
the favorite to win MVP. If him and Shakir, Keon Coleman, Mac Hollins, if they get going early, they're going to be really hard to stop. And then Ray Davis and Ty Johnson have been getting involved in the run game, including James Cook. So if all of them get going really early, then they're going to be really hard to stop.
All right. You think Rodgers and Devontae Adams gonna hook up for a couple touchdowns?
Yeah, hopefully. And they also have Brees Hall haven't been having a season. They thought he was going to be very good going into this year, but he haven't performed as well as they thought.
He did get hurt early on, so.
Yeah, it's been a disappointment for the Jets all around. But
yeah.
I think it's a division rival game. They hate each other. They play each other a lot. I think the Jets are going to keep it in within a touchdown. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're still going to lose. The Bills are still going to win, but I think it's going to be closer than 9.5.
I think the Jets will win.
You think the Jets will win outright?
Yeah.
That's a possibility. You never know.
And the Bills are also trying to stay at, like, I think it's the 2 seed or 3 or something. And, yeah, I think they just want to keep their high seed.
All right, we got Packers at Vikings next. That might be the game of the week, you think?
Mm-hmm.
Vikings at home at -1.5. Christopher and I both have the Packers. Zachy has the Vikings. Zachy,
Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison have been like the best duo receiver combo in the NFL this whole year. And Sam Darnold.
Do you trust Sam Darnold?
Yeah.
Yeah, you think it's for real? It's not the old Sam Darnold of the Jets. Okay.
Of course.
And you don't think the Packers with
No.
Jordan Love and could keep up with them?
Nope.
I think it could be a high-scoring game. What do you think, Christopher?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a really high-scoring game. But after the Packers shut out the Saints last week, they balled out. Their defense was unstoppable. Their offense, they just balled out.
They didn't really need to throw the ball much against the Saints because they were up so early. Josh Jacobs playing well.
Josh Jacobs, he scored a touchdown. Jordan Love, he threw a couple, and their offense has just been rolling.
All right, I think that might be the game of the week, right?
Yeah.
So, but I think it'll be close. I think it'll be a shootout. Maybe the last one to get the ball wins.
Maybe. But the Vikings, they've been getting in some really close games recently. Like, they just barely beat the Seahawks last week.
Well, people say they're not getting the respect that they deserve for being 13-2.
Yeah.
13 and 14-2? 13-2?
I don't know.
Something like that.
13-2, I think.
No, you can't. There's been 17. This
No,
week
this is-
17.
It's week
Yeah.
17, yeah. All right. On to the Raiders and Saints. Oof, that's not a very good one. Saints, home favorite by 1 point. None of these teams want to win. The Saints got embarrassed last week against the Packers. Raiders, I don't know. We're all on the Raiders this game.
They want to lose more.
They should want to lose more because the Giants have overtaken them for the first pick in the draft right now.
Yeah.
Let's go Giants.
And this is a game they could win another one to even help the Giants more. So let's go Raiders. Next up, we got Colts at the Giants. Colts 8-point road favorites. Zachary, the only one on the G-Men.
Yeah, because they always mess up at the end of the season when they try to tank. Yeah, we saw that last year, I think.
You think Drew Lock is going to carry them to the victory?
Yeah, of course. If he throws it to Malik Neighbors and their injured players actually play.
All right. Christopher, why do you think the Colts are going to beat up on our Giants?
Basically, the Giants' whole defense is hurt. Like Dexter Lawrence, he's out for the season. And then their Malik Neighbors is still questionable to play. But Tyrone Tracy, he's activated. So he's going to play.
That's good.
If they get Tracy rolling early, like, I don't know, maybe he'll score a touchdown or something.
Well, the Giants need to score points to keep them in the game to be able to continue to run the ball. That's part of their problem. They get down early, like last week. That was an embarrassing loss.
Yeah, and the Colts are still fighting for a playoff spot. After the Texans' loss on Christmas, the Colts still have a shot, so they need all the help they can, and they really need to win this game.
Yeah, the Colts are 8-point favorites. Yeah. Yeah, you picked the Giants to keep within 8. No changing now. Next up, Panthers at Bucks. Bucks -8. This game became interesting too, right? Let's see, Christopher, you're the only one on the Bucks. Me and Zachy have the Panthers, who've been playing a little bit better as of late. Christopher, why do you like the Bucks to win big?
The Bucks, even though they lost to the Cowboys, they're not leading their division anymore after the Falcons won. So the Bucks really need to win this game. And if the Falcons lose, then the Bucks, they are winning the division. So they're going to be playing really well this game.
Who would have thought that the Falcons benching Kirk Cousins and they start playing well and then are atop the division right now? Which was probably what people thought was going to happen before the season started. Maybe not with Cousins on the bench, but they're starting to play well at the right time. Think the Falcons make the playoffs over the Bucks?
Yeah, pretty sure.
But the Bucks, if Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans connect early, they're going to be really tough to stop. With even though it's a division matchup, I don't think it's going to be that close because the Bucks offense has been doing pretty well with Baker Mayfield and the rookie Jalen McMillan. He's been doing really well, and then Bucky Irving and Rashad White in the backfield. I think they're gonna score at least one touchdown.
Well, they probably should have won last week, but Bucky Irving fumbled that ball at the end after Baker made that incredible escape from the sack and shovel pass to him.
Yeah.
Not a good ending there. That would have probably got. I don't think it would have guaranteed them in the playoffs, but it would have put them one game ahead of the Falcons there with some cushion. So that'll be interesting to watch. The Panthers, Bryce Young's playing a little bit better. Adam Thielen's back and playing well. I wouldn't say a lot. He's playing a little bit better. And Chuba Hubbard, he's having a pretty good season for a bad team that is usually down and they're still running the ball. So next up we got Titans and Jags, another game that nobody really cares to watch. Jags at home, 1-point favorites. Christopher and I on Titans, Zachy on Jags. Why the Jags going to win this?
Because they're at home. That's basically why. Because it's both bad teams.
Yeah, the Jags are underwhelming again. Titans, why we like them, Christopher?
The Titans, they're gonna win because Will Levis, I think him and Calvin Ridley, I think they're gonna connect a couple times in the deep balls. And Tony Pollard and Tajay Spears, I think they're gonna do pretty well against the Jaguars defense.
All right, another battle of two bad teams, probably a low-scoring-ish game right there. I think it'll be close, the 1-point spread, but I think the Titans are the better team right now.
Yeah. What's the Titans' defensive rank?
Titans' defensive rank they're number 2.
Yeah, their defense has been playing really well.
And the Jags are they're last place in defensive rankings. So
how about the Titans number 2?
they always have a solid defense.
Yeah.
So, but next up we got the Dolphins at the Browns. Dolphins -6.5, and we're all Dolphins fans. We're all on Tyreek, your buddy Tyreek. And Tua. Think the Dolphins win by more than a touchdown?
Yeah.
I think this could. Even though I'm on the Dolphins, I think this could be kind of a trap game. The Browns, they're not good, but they're playing all right at times. And Dolphins, they have a lot of weapons.
And their defense is number 6.
The Dolphins is but I'm on the Dolphins. I think they get their offense rolling, and with what's it, Dorian Thompson Robinson?
Yeah, Dorian Thompson Robinson.
At quarterback, last week he didn't look very good at all. Njoku's out. Chubb is still out. So, don't have a ton of weapons. I think the Dolphins they're healthier. A-Chain's doing well. Tyreek hasn't had too many big games this year, has he?
Not really.
He's been a little quiet.
Ever since week 1, he hasn't been doing that well. But the Dolphins are still fighting for a playoff spot after beating the 49ers last week.
Yeah, so they need the win.
They need a lot of help.
So I think the 6.5 is solid. I think they should win by 10 plus.
Yeah.
But next up, we got a division rival game. Cowboys at Eagles. Eagles -9. All three of us picked the Eagles in this game.
I never like watching these games.
Well, the Eagles blew a game last week against the Commanders, so you think they're going to come back and try to run it up against the Cowboys?
Yeah, because CeeDee Lamb's not playing, and that's a big key for the Cowboys' offense. And also Dak Prescott's out for the season. So
Cooper Rush is doing all right.
Yeah, all right.
I guess not having CeeDee Lamb is a big loss for them.
And also Jalen Hurts, he might not play in this game.
Yeah, he's been a little banged up.
Because he got a concussion last week versus the Commanders, and with Kenny Pickett, he played all right versus the Commanders, but
didn't he have a terrible interception that game?
I don't know, but
is Saquon gonna go off and try to break that record in the next 2 weeks, or are the Cowboys and Giants gonna stuff him? The Cowboys and Giants don't care about winning
Giants.
anymore, but I think they do care about making Saquon not get that record. So we just put 8 guys in the box a lot and make Saquon or make the Eagles throw it.
Yeah, but I don't think they're gonna throw it a lot that game. I think they're gonna run it a bunch because I think Jalen Hurts. I don't think he's gonna play because of the concussion, and even though Saquon had like 150 yards, and they're probably gonna rest him maybe in the last week.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think they give him the ball a lot early, see if he can rack up some yards, and then if it's not working, then kind of shut it down with him because they're not really moving anywhere in the seeding, right? They got the division locked up, or
I don't know. I think so.
yeah, I think yeah.
Yeah, they have the division.
I think the Eagles they'll win comfortably. The Cowboys have been playing better, but no CeeDee Lamb. It's gonna hurt. I think they are gonna try to stop Saquon. I don't think he's gonna break the record, and he probably will sit the last week of the season if they don't need him. So next up, 2 more games. We got Falcons at Commanders. Commanders -4. Zachy, you are on Drake London and the Falcons.
Yeah, because they're fighting for the playoffs and they want to make it badly. And they are the number 1 in their division right now. They need this win. I think if they win, they might seal up the division.
Yeah,
Yeah, it depends on what the Bucks do.
If the Bucks lose and they win, I think they do.
But it's going to be a big game for them. They came from nowhere back to possibly making the playoffs. But the Commanders have been playing great. Jaden Daniels had a big comeback against the Eagles last week.
Yeah.
Well, the Eagles, if Devonta Smith catches that ball, I don't think the Commanders come back and win that game, though, right? He dropped one right in his hands. That was an easy first down.
Yeah.
But all right, we are on to the last game. We got Lions at 49ers. Lions 3.5-point favorites, and we all like the Lions and Dan Campbell, aggressive Dan Campbell.
I think that spread's a little low because last week the spread was low on the Lions side, and they won by a bunch versus the Bears. And it's basically the same spread this week. And with the banged up 49ers out of the playoffs, and the Lions still trying to keep the 1 seed in their hands, I think the Lions are going to, Jared Goff and Amon-Ra, I think they're going to connect for maybe a touchdown or 2. Jameson Williams, he's been playing really well. And even though David Montgomery's out for maybe the playoffs, Jahmyr Gibbs, he's been playing pretty well by himself.
I think it would be nice since the 49ers are out, if they bench Brock Purdy this week, because I'm playing against him in the fantasy championship against Joe Chizinski. You're going down, Joe. It's been a rough start for both of us, but most of our players playing this weekend. So we are all in Lions there. Christopher, got any other news for injuries or any milestones that happened over the week?
Well, like I said, Tank Dell out for the season with a leg injury.
That was a nasty injury.
Yeah. And then Justice Hill, he did not play on Christmas Day with a concussion. And Jalen Hurts also got a concussion, so he might not play.
Our Giants right now are the number 1 pick in the draft. If it ended today,
Yep.
that's good. Let's keep it that way. Brock Bowers having a great season, right?
He got he reached 1,000 receiving yards and 100 catches on the season, and he's been the best. He's had the best rookie performance for a tight end of all time this year.
Wow.
Myles Garrett also joins the 100 sack club, reaching his 100th last week.
And Travis Kelce leads the Chiefs in receiving touchdowns now after last week on Christmas.
Who'd he pass in Chiefs overall touchdowns?
Was it
Another tight
Tony
end.
For tight
Gonzalez?
ends. Yeah.
No, it was for receivers on the whole Chiefs.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, receivers and tight ends.
Yeah, passing Tony Gonzalez, that's a big one.
Yeah.
They've had some great tight ends over the years.
Yeah.
What else we got? The Ravens clinched playoff berth. Is Chris Jones going to be okay?
Probably not.
Yeah, I think he's going to be out the rest of this. They should probably rest him to the playoffs, right?
Yeah, I think they're gonna rest him until like week 2 and the round 2 in the playoffs.
Okay.
For the Rams, Tyler Higbee comes back from his ACL tear and scores a touchdown in his first game back.
That's another weapon they got. They
Mhm.
didn't really have much going on in tight end with him out, right?
Yeah. And with him back, that's pretty big because their tight ends haven't been getting the ball with Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua and Kyron Williams. So
Mhm.
Higbee back is a pretty big part of that offense.
All right, so going into the week, Christopher, you were up by 2 games on us.
Mhm.
Let's see if you could keep that lead or if we catch up. All right.
Mhm.
Everybody have a happy new year and have a nice. What did I forget? Oh, you want to say it?
Yeah, Josh Allen has been playing through a broken hand.
It's his non-throwing
pretty-
hand, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Well, that's something to watch, though.
yeah.
And he's still an MVP contender this year because he's been playing incredible with him connecting with Shakir, Keon Coleman, and Mac Hollins. And he's been running the ball pretty well, too.
Yeah.
He's been scoring a lot of touchdowns for the Bills.
All right, everybody have a happy new year. We will be back next Friday with another episode of Friday Football with the Boys.
Mhm.
What do you want to say? Like and subscribe, right?
Yep, please like and subscribe.
Tell your friends, and we will start having guests maybe next week. See if we can get somebody on.
Yep.
All right. All right, have a good night. Watch some football. Turn it off, Zachy.